What have we got here? Let's see. Welcome to First Pitch Live.
Good morning. It's Saturday, college baseball. It's a little different this weekend. We have a lot of rubber matches today due to the Easter holiday, for those that celebrate or those that recognize that. But we do have a couple Sunday games, so we're game 2 for them, game 3 for most. So it's definitely a little different vibe to the show, different feel. But nonetheless, it's college baseball all day long today. Listen, family's coming over tomorrow. Tell the wife to clean the house today. You have work to do. You're punching in. You're putting in overtime. You're making bets. Listen, honey, all that planning you're doing tomorrow, somebody's got to pay that grocery bill for the family to come over. Well, guess what? That's what I'm doing working overtime today. Smitty, what's going on?
Good morning. Another great Saturday morning. Just pumped to be here. Hey, listen, you tell the kids, go out and scout the yard for the Easter egg hunt. Get them out of the house.
I love it.
Tell them they're already out there and just keep them busy. You got to zone in on games today. You got to win that money. You got the Final Four later tonight too. So it's just a fantastic day. But again, thank you for being here. Get in that chat. Let's talk some games. Tell us who you like today. Who's going to pull the big upset? Let's make some money.
Smitty, real quick, just give us your quick thoughts, 2 minutes or less on the Final Four. I know you're a big basketball guy. Big time games. Arizona, Michigan tonight's the late night, 9 o'clock, 8:49, but it'd be about 9 o'clock first tip. And then the 6:09 is Illinois, UConn. And remember, UConn was down 19 against Duke in the Elite Eight. They win the game with 0.3 seconds left on not a half-court shot, but not a three-point shot. It was kind of a tweener there. Give us your quick thoughts.
Yeah, UConn, it's tough to go against Danny Hurley. I mean, the guy just wins in the tournament. But Illinois, very good team. They played each other earlier, but it was really not the Illinois team that is now. UConn got the win. I like UConn. You're getting, I think it's 1.5 in that game. I think the size could be difficult for them. Reed has to have a really big game and control the boards. Illinois has really good size. I think that game's going to be very tight. The over-under is not very high. It could be a very slow-paced, tough game. The late game is fantastic. Michigan, Arizona, both those teams were number 1 in the country. A lot of people think they're the best teams. Listen, I know go blue. If it was football, I'd say it, but I'm sorry. I have Arizona in my bracket. I think Arizona is the best basketball team out there. Arizona will beat Michigan. UConn will get the upset too. And then Arizona will be cutting down the nets Monday night.
I like it. My bracket is done. I didn't do too well once we got past the Sweet 16, but I did have Arizona as well. I think they're just too big, too athletic. I mean, they have 5 guys that can score. Most teams only have 2 or 3. So I like where your head's at there. But I'll tell you what, you puff out Danny Hurley's chest anymore, and it might explode. I mean, when they hit that shot, just the swagger he has, that's a dangerous thing. And I said it on Thursday. You don't want Danny Hurley to have confidence. And I know he's on the sidelines, but when Danny Hurley has confidence, when that chest is sticking out, the rest of the guys do too. And that's a dangerous thing. I mean, listen, UConn basketball is going for 3 out of 4. They're a powerhouse. They're a blue blood. So you can't ever count them out. I think the best game would be Arizona, UConn, and maybe that's what we all root for. I'd like to see Michigan too. We have family in Michigan, and we always love to go blue. But it is what it is. So speaking of Michigan, they're playing baseball today too against Oregon. Listen, Arizona, Oregon, both West Coast teams. Coincidence? I think not. So let's get this down and dirty. That's kind of a weird series, and I'll start with that just because we parlayed into there. Oregon tied 1-1. I called it. I said that 3 o'clock first pitch Thursday game was a little weird, and it turns out Michigan run rules them. Now they're on the basketball court, but can they win both tonight? Can they win on the diamond and win on the hardwood? It'll be interesting. I thought that was a series that piqued my interest already, and I hate to do it. I hate to say go blue on the hardwood, but I like the Ducks here, and this is a spot where I think Oregon just kind of outperforms and has better athletes, better ball players than Michigan in a Game 3 rubber match. What's your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, you called it well. I mean, that first game was a blowout. Michigan all over them. I had Oregon yesterday. I thought it was a good bounce back spot. I put them. Good morning. Thanks for being here. I thought it was Good bounce back spot yesterday for them. I wish I would have jumped on the under two. Somebody in one of the chats we're in said the wind was blowing in. I mean, it was what 5-2. I think it even opened at 12 and it got bet down to 10 really, really early. But I just think Oregon's a better baseball team than Michigan. What's the line on that one?
It's minus 195.
195. See, I had 180 when I wrote it down this morning on DraftKings. So that's
parlay piece.
Yeah, that's a good parlay piece. Yeah, I like Oregon. I mean, look at there, 6.63, 5.24. I just think overall, again, a better team.
Guys, the site that we're showing, it's nothing live. It's just something Grissom and I are messing with, mainly Grissom, but it's just one of the cool things that we're constantly running and trying to bring new sources, better information to you guys. So, it's a little teaser into what we're doing back behind the scenes. If we're not tweeting 24/7, we're banging out coding and things like that. So we're trying to give you guys the best experience. But this is a nice little thing we're creating here, and hope you guys like it. But yeah, the site likes Oregon. Matt ran this, and I'm excited to say it's hitting north of 70%. I think he said it was 72% of the time, which is great. I mean, you take that's legendary numbers right there. So that was one of the matchups that I really liked today.
Grissom's like the mad scientist, man. You never know.
He is.
He'll send something, and it's like, check this out. Look what I've been working on. And it's like, oh, my goodness, this guy. I mean, the stuff he comes up with is fantastic.
Was there anything, and I know we're kind of bouncing around from our normal thing, or schedule, because that was a good parlay segment into them. But anything, we talked about the Thursday game with this team, and then we talked about the Friday, the bounce back. Were there any other Thursday? Again, it's a little weird. We have Thursday and Friday to kind of refresh on. Before we get into any other teams, now that we're parlayed back into our normal schedule here, were there any things that shocked you Thursday and Friday, or Thursday or Friday with some teams? And I'll just throw one out there, and hopefully you take the bait. The Georgia team going on the road to Mississippi State was one that shocked me. I didn't think Mississippi State was going to necessarily lose the first two in the fashion they did. But if you had anything in that one, or maybe any others, send them our way. What do you got, Smitty?
Yeah, I just think, Thursday, Alabama going into Oklahoma, they were on a big win streak, playing really good ball. Oklahoma got them yesterday, but that was one. Oregon State continues to pitch just fantastic. They're down in Texas playing
hitting well too.
Yeah, they're hitting well. 1-2-0 the other night. Whitney was on the mound, I believe, last night. 6 2/3, 10 Ks. Was it last night or 2 nights ago? I can't.
Last night.
A lot
of the rotations got messed up.
Yeah, it did get messed up a little bit. I mean, you got to talk South Carolina upsetting Texas Thursday night, 9-1. I mean, really took care of business. Great. Texas bounced back yesterday. I think that was one. That BC team. I mean, we keep talking about BC. I know
they
Lynch
got me Thursday.
Yeah, Lynch, I think, pitched Thursday, and that BC team again, 6-1. Carolina came back yesterday. That's a game today. We'll see who wins that series. But that was really surprising. And then a great one. You got the Virginia Florida State matchup. UVA.
That's been a hell of a series.
Yeah, they took them Thursday. Florida State came back yesterday, so we'll see. I think that's an 11 a.m. start today. So.
Yeah. Big news for UVA on that. Kyle Johnson threw magnificent 4 innings. He had a little trouble in the first, but then he cruise controlled through the second, third, and fourth. And he's, building himself back to that Friday role. And I'll tell you what, when you have a Friday starter in what they're doing now with Kyle Johnson, and you bring in Henry Zakowski, who's pitched phenomenal for them to this point of the season. I mean, that's a deadly 1-2 punch there. It reminds me of that Tennessee team in 2024 when they were doing that on Friday nights. They bring in a starter, bullpen starter, and then they bring in their Friday night guy, and it was just absolutely electric for them. And I'm getting that vibe too. But we saw Kyle the week before down in Fredericksburg playing, and he was DH, and so it's good to see him back. And he looked really good on that Thursday, the Game 1 series. But I wanted to touch on that Texas series. I was scrolling through yesterday. I was at work, so I didn't get to watch much of it. And listen, they have a little swagger. Paul Manieri's out. They feel a little better about the team. The guy that was having some bad storylines is out. Monty Lee steps in. Brandon Stone yesterday just starts running his mouth at Texas because he gets a big strikeout. I'm pretty sure that the next ensuing inning, he gets shelled for 2 solos like back to back. I'm sorry. I know Carolina's trying to find a little swagger, and it's probably the coach pumping them up a little bit like, hey, let's go have some fun. Let's go have some Gamecock swagger. But, buddy, you guys can't win a series. If they were giving them away right now, I'd probably tell somebody to go in that locker room and be like, hey, easy, boys. Like, you're losing everything. Let's not say you can't touch me. And I'm sorry. I just hate to be that guy because you're going to get viral for all the wrong reasons on Twitter. And, buddy, Brandon Stone, you've been shelled all season long and last year too. So let's tighten it down a little bit.
Pipe down.
Pipe down.
Couple. I got 3 other things. One was just very scary. Brandon Smith getting hit in the face last night.
Yeah, prayers up. He did sit up. That was encouraging. He got on the court himself. So that is an encouraging sign.
Yeah, that was scary. But a big win, 5-0. They're 9-1 in the Big 12. I mean, really, that surprised me that they went in there.
Lady Gamecocks.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is Ed. I'm pretty sure it's my old man here.
Oh, okay.
I think he said that. Yeah.
Don
Staley in that locker room.
Yeah, big win last night. Big win. I heard
chirping.
that other game was.
She was chirping with Gino.
Always chirps. Old Dominion beating Southern Miss.
That was surprising.
Yeah, that was really surprising. And then listen, Georgia Tech. It doesn't matter where they're at. They can be down south. They can go out west like they are right now with Cal. They're jumping on people. I mean, 2 nights ago, the freshman was pitching for Cal. What did Georgia Tech do? They scored 9 in the first. What did they do last night? They scored 4 in the first. So they're jumping on people quick in these games and getting them down. And that's what good teams do. That offense is just outright scary. And then
pretty sure that kid who gave up a 9 spot entered his transfer portal paperwork when he got back to the dugout.
Yeah, I know he was coming off.
That's embarrassing.
I think Monte put it out. I think he started 1 game or something and had really good numbers. But I thought, I was like, yeah, but it wasn't against Georgia Tech.
No, it wasn't. That's like pitching to the 27 Yankees, just murderers row.
Yeah.
Dude, when there's 7 hitters got like 13 home runs, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's insane. And jokingly last night in our one chat, trying to bet the SEC. I mean, it's crazy. I mean,
whatever you think, just take the opposite.
Take the opposite. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's like you're living in 1970 and you're throwing keys in the jar and hopefully you're getting the hot neighbor's keys because it is crazy. You can't gamble. You can't figure it out. It is nuts. I love it though. But Kentucky, what happened last night? Kentucky.
You can't drop that game, man.
No. Yeah. Crazy.
They play 2 close-up games. Like they're always in that grind it out. It's going to come down to the 8th or 9th. Obviously last night did too, but like as good as Missouri's been this year in comparison to last year's Missouri, this is a series where you, especially in the SEC, you got to sweep. And they've lost. I want to say they've lost the last 2 SEC series. Pitching
has not been great. Giving up a lot of runs. I think they even had a couple of errors the one game. Maybe that was last night that looking to. And that just is. It's not what Kentucky baseball is.
No.
So hopefully we'll get a bounce back today. But yeah, I mean, it's insane. It's crazy. I mean, teams, we were on Auburn and one little bet we kind of do. And what did Arkansas comes back in like the 8th inning and wins that one too.
That's how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, the SEC right now. And I'm like, I was like, man, I'm not going to bet the SEC. And I still did.
It's hard.
It just sucks, man.
It's hard, man. It's like getting the best invite to the frat party. And you're like, well, this is going to suck. But then you're like, I got to go. Like, I don't like these guys, but I got to go.
Gotta go.
It's the best invite.
You gotta try it. You gotta try it. So yeah, it's
all right. Any other Friday thoughts?
No, that's about it, really. I think you said it earlier. I'm really surprised that Georgia's gone into Mississippi State. Mississippi State had a very high home winning streak going on, and they won 10-9 and 3-1. I'm really shocked. I think we'll get into it in a second. As the cat just has entered. So sorry if you hear cat noises here, but I can't control that. But I'm shocked that that's going on, but I think it's a good bounce back spot today for Mississippi State.
All right. If we have no other pre-Saturday thoughts, we'll go to our partners at Home Field. You can see them in the top right corner, the best brand. Everything's presented by Home Field Apparel. We love those guys. They take care of us all the time. They're retro, whatever you like, you'll see it right here in the commercial. We'll be back in a second.
Before we get back to the action, we've got to tell you about the best gear in college sports. The place to go is Home Field Apparel. Check out the Diamond Classics collection, high-quality throwback jerseys for your favorite team. From the Arkansas Razorbacks to the Vanderbilt Commodores, Home Field has you covered. Home Field's the only apparel partner of College Baseball Central. Gear up for game day by visiting homefieldapparel.com.
Always love that commercial. I love seeing the Diamond Classics. We're coming up on the final games of the college basketball season. And, they're obviously, that's a moneymaker for them. As soon as we get out, we expect a Diamond Classic drop somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 15 teams. So I'm super excited for that. Typically right after the national championship of basketball, I'll get a text saying which teams are available. And I'm just like, honey, I gotta take out a loan because I got to buy all these jerseys. She's like, you got problems. Yeah, I do. Some people have worse problems. Mine is I like Home Field Apparel retro jerseys. If that's the worst you get me, then so be it. But check out our friends at homefieldapparel.com. They've got everything you need for first pitch. All right, let's get into the Saturday slate. Anything jumping off the board? I know I already touched the Oregon. You had it at minus 180. It's minus 195 now. So, if you're okay laying the juice, I don't hate it. It's sub 200. Otherwise, I think it's a pretty good parlay piece. I don't think they dropped the series against Michigan. But anything else sticking out to you? And we can kind of go chronological if you want. First game's at 10. I don't really like that. But you do have an 11 a.m. Eastern. Mississippi State trying to avoid the sweep versus Georgia. Are you touching anything in that game? The two Bulldogs are clashing.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's a good spot for Mississippi State. I'll be shocked if they get swept. What's the 7.4, 6.5?
Yeah, I'm saying Mississippi State laying 175.
Yeah. I'd put that. I'd match that with a big time favorite.
Okay.
I'd go with a big time favorite, Mississippi State. Two, I wanna dive into. I did write down because I just want to the Big 12. It's just runs. It's score. So Texas Tech again. I know Nick jumped on it yesterday. I have not texted Ryan Hyatt yet about the weather conditions, which I'd love to do. But again, Houston 13-10, 8-6, high scoring games. And then you look at Utah, Kansas again. That has been very high scoring. Kansas 14-9, 14-12. So I want to see some runs today in those two matchups. I want to get the totals with those two games and maybe play the over today because I think, again, those are going to be high scoring games.
Houston's won the first two, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And who was the other one? Oh, TCU.
Kansas, Utah.
Oh, Kansas, Utah.
But
TCU.
Stay
Kansas.
on that for a second. Yeah, because I played Kansas State last night, but that one was really crazy. That was
a barn burner.
Yeah, 14-12. So
yeah, I want to say the Thursday night game was a barn burner. Both teams double digits as well.
So very high scoring.
All right, you said Utah. I'll tell you what. After Friday, after their game one guy, Utah doesn't have anybody. It's just. And I'm not saying Kansas is lighting up the mound by any means, especially with Cooper Moore down in Baton Rouge. But at home, going for the sweep, Kansas walks it off game one. They win by a couple runs yesterday.
Yeah, minus 220 last time I wrote.
This team hits, man.
Yeah, they mash.
It says 118. That's one of our offensive numbers that we're kind of toying with. It's a compilation, WRC plus here. Weighted runs created. Even though it says 108, they're swinging a lot better recently. I think that number is probably a little lower than what they're actually hitting right now. So that's something to kind of pay attention to. These teams get streaky, and they've been lighting it up pretty well. Let's go, chaps. Have a day. Octagon, always love having you here. We got a lot of loyals. We got Hazard. We got Canes. We got Ed's here. We got Octagon. We're missing our guy, TH, Todd Harris. He's sleeping down in Florida.
Well, I'll send it to him. I'll
Yeah.
send it to him and tell him he has to start getting up earlier on Saturday
Wind's
morning.
blowing out pretty good. Octagon, love the report today. It's super cold and crappy. I mean, bad feel for the pitchers. That game could go either way. It could be low scoring.
What game is
or
that
just a
for?
barn burner. This is in Kansas.
Kansas. Okay.
Yeah. All right. What I want to know, I'm curious because obviously I'm in Virginia. You have a offshore book. What's the UVA line today? And then we'll jump towards more of the.
I'll look at that has been very slogan. Man, yesterday when I'm looking this up, how long did it take to get the lines out yesterday?
Oh, it took forever.
Oh my goodness. What were they doing?
Yeah. While you're
see.
looking that up, I'll go here. We got a noon game. I think listen.
Minus 140 Q UVA.
I kind of like that. Listen, I think on Sundays, right? So you do have Bryson Moore on the mound, I believe, or Saturday for today. I'm pretty sure Bryson Moore is going to be pitching for Florida State. Virginia, I'm not 100% certain. I know Stammel, I think, pitched yesterday. UVA was obviously they won game one. I don't think they played horrible yesterday. Today's kind of like that shootout feel. Like UVA's offense is that good to where they could give Bryson Moore some fits. And then, you've already kind of tapped into the Florida State bullpen and you're missing Miles Bailey. Like this is where I feel like the team finally misses him, is kind of in that shootout where he's going to give you a 2-for-4 type day. Yeah, 140 on the UVA line. But I think this is where you miss the Miles Bailey offensive production here. When you get into that 8-7, 9-7 type game and he's not there. And on the other side, you have a Didowick, you have a Becker, you have, an AJ Gracia. And I'm not saying Florida State doesn't have some other guys, but they don't have their guy. And I think that's at some point going to weigh on that team, and naturally and rightfully so. So I think 140 is a little juiced. I kind of think it's probably more like 125, but I wouldn't mind on a rubber match at home taking that. And in fact, I might send you some money to get that in there, but that's not bad. I don't mind that at all. And then I'll just stick real quick on the 12 o'clock slate. I like North Carolina. They're heavily juiced today, but I think in a 3-game series at home, they should get it done here. Got a little chippy game one. I saw Scott Forbes jawing at the umpires. They come back yesterday and win. It's a rubber match. This is where I think the Tar Heel bullpen and the offense being at home is just really going to pull away from Boston College. Again, Colaruso's not on the mound today. That's their guy. They've played really well, but I think this is where you kind of out-athleticize teams, outmatch teams here with just the guys you have, especially at home. Any thoughts on that game?
No, I mean, I'm probably going to stay away from the Florida State UVA game on that. No, I like North Carolina. I think North Carolina takes it today, too. It's a good match piece with someone. I'm eyeing up the NC State game. I had it down at minus 140. Notre Dame's come in there. Both teams, NC State was really struggling, but they've got it right the last 2 games. They're up 2-0 in the series. Notre Dame, I think now is on a 5-game losing streak, a little cold right now, as they've been playing really good baseball. But that would be one I'm kind of keeping an eye on. Man, I like that Big Ten. I played Ohio State yesterday, big win against Maryland. Maryland's favorite today. I'm going to look in. What do we have that at, Q? The Maryland, Ohio State. Pretty tight.
Yeah, I don't have a line for that game on DraftKings, but yeah, it's a pick 'em essentially.
Okay.
It's kind of telling you runs 7-7. If you like that. I don't know where the overs have been on that. Oh, I do have a line here. Maryland minus 160, Ohio State plus 124. DraftKings has not posted any totals yet.
Okay.
One of the games I was looking at, man, they're just jumping. I looked today. I was actually talking to Delta Dimes earlier. Texas was like minus 425 or something like that. Now they're already up to 620. If you even touch that, it's going to be on a run line or like a 3-team parlay.
Yeah,
just trying to get back to even money. But here's the line right under it. It's a 2:00 game. West Virginia, we talked about that earlier. It was a weird game yesterday. You have the injury to Braden Smith. Again, prayers up. I'm glad he was able to kind of get up and get on the card on his own power with the trainers. You always want those guys that have speedy recoveries. You never wish that on anybody. So thankfully, it seemed like he was non-critical condition would be the easiest way to say it. So prayers to him. Morgantown, great hospital. He's probably getting all the best care he needs. But that's a hard thing to bounce back from if you're Central Florida, right? Like that happens. Everybody's kind of like, all right, man, let's go win it for Braden. But then you sleep on that and you get back and you decompress. Like, man, that sucked. Like we just lost our dude. Now you have to sleep on that all night. You shut out West Virginia. West Virginia 5-0 loser. Come back at a weird time. I think it's like a 2:00 game. You're at home. Now you wake up. You got Maxiell on the mound, who's been one of the best Saturday guys. I really like him. We still haven't heard on Saucer, I believe. Andrew Rydell, one of our guys, said he thinks he's going to pitch per Steve Sabins, but it depends on how he feels. So that's kind of a TBA. If he doesn't pitch, I love West Virginia. Even if he pitches, how long is he going to go? That's the question that I have. But great bounce back site. Our site has it a little under a 1.5 there. Actually, about a 1.5. So I don't like the minus 180. I wish it was a little closer, but it's probably a single play that I'm willing to lay with the juice. I just like West Virginia in a bounce back spot that much.
Yeah, I see that I like West Virginia too. I think it's a good spot. You take a big time favorite and you match them with West Virginia and you'll get it down, to a good. I did that a lot yesterday. And the last couple bets I've done, I've been trying to do that. So I think West Virginia is a very good play today, matching it with, maybe a North Carolina, one of those higher ones. I think Kentucky's a very good bounce back spot too.
I laid them with Oregon to get minus 106. They're
okay. Yeah.
Minus 395, super juiced, but I think they bounce back. They've lost 2 straight series. They're going to win this one.
Match it, like you said, with somebody that's a little lower right there, or even, that could be one right there. Kentucky, West Virginia, match those 2 teams up. I think that's a very good spot in that.
All right. We got to get these lines, man. They're so juiced. We've got to figure out a way to get DraftKings in Vegas to just lower them down. I mean, I hate to lay it, and even in a parlay at minus 395, that's brutal, but you kind of have to in the sport. I'm not a fan of that. You mentioned Arkansas Auburn. Are you touching that at 3:00?
Oh, man.
Auburn minus 160. Phenomenal performance by Jake Marciano yesterday, and then he just shit the bed late. Arkansas, I believe, starting Colin. I think Colin Fisher's pitching today. He's normally their Sunday guy. Plus 124. Still on the road, and that's going to be interesting. Didn't Auburn lose the first 2? Didn't they lose Thursday as well?
Auburn, they split that.
Alvarez threw yesterday.
Yeah. I don't know, Q. That could go so many either way. I think there's so many other better games that you could bet. I mean, again, if you really want that action.
I thought Alvarez threw Thursday. I don't know. Who knows? I was out of it. I'm not touching that one, but it's definitely a game. If you're looking for a lower line, I mean, that's probably your line.
What's the on our site? What's the Purdue? Purdue's playing Illinois.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think when Alvarez Marciano, and then I think it was TBA today. I saw earlier. Give me 2 seconds. That line minus 135 Purdue.
Yeah,
but I didn't see. Is this game 2 or game 3?
I believe it's game off the top of my head. I think it's game 3.
Okay. But I mean, that Purdue offense is raking. If you like offense at home, I mean, the Boilermakers are the right side. Illinois probably got slightly better pitching, but again, they're on the road. Yeah, Big Ten, is that an over spot today?
I like that. I know Penn State. I know some people yesterday, Nebraska. I think Penn State was like 5.5. I know a couple people were on that, but then the game got rained out. But Nebraska is playing really good baseball. I think that's a double header today, and then a single game tomorrow against Penn State. And hurry up! I gotta go to Target. There must be some Hillary Duff merchandise at that Target. So
I love it.
Hey, Jess, all right, a couple more minutes, Jess. You'll be fine.
You mentioned it. Kansas State TCU. Again, I don't have the over under. I mean, that's probably going to be a 15.5, 16.5 over. Minus 140 Kansas State, TCU plus 110. I would lean Kansas State. I don't mind the over with you. It's just price dependent. I'd like to catch like a 14.5, 15.5 versus that 16.5, but
Yeah.
I think it could definitely get up there, especially with D. Kennedy swinging the bat. I mean, that guy's just been an absolute monster this year. I will give you a line. Another juiced line, Florida minus 200. They didn't have Brennan Lawson yesterday. He just wasn't feeling well. There's no injury there. Aiden King just absolutely shoved. Both teams started chirping yesterday. Tristan Becerra told Aiden King to F off. Aiden King gets through the 7th inning. He throws his hands up, tells him to get the F out of here. Bianco's just losing his mind in between innings. So it's chippy. And that's probably good for Florida because Kevin O'Sullivan talked about the team needed a little energy. Let's get that energy up today. I love Russell Sandifer in that Sunday role, and then they're going to go to Cooper Walls most likely, who would always get rocked in the first inning or two, but then he would settle down. So I think maybe that's kind of that 1-2 starter, get 3 or 4 from Sandifer, then come in Cooper Walls. I think Florida's got the better bullpen setup, especially yesterday with Rittenauer closing it, only throwing like 10 pitches. And then hopefully we get our guy Lawson back. I don't like the 200, so I parlayed that with UNC, and I got that at minus 118, so a little better. But I think both teams win the rubber match today. Are you touching that?
Yeah, I kind of had Florida down too. Like you said, King's been unbelievable his last so many innings. He's been on fire. So, but no, I just think Florida's a better team. I like them at home. I think that's a very good match piece. Here's another one. I know I played it last night. UCLA. I did UCLA Clemson.
Dude, they're minus 810. That's insane, dude.
UCLA is? See, that was 3.
Wait. I'm sorry. I think I was looking at Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I was going to say, man, because I wrote that down at minus 345. Still very high.
Georgia Tech 810. I'm sorry about that. UCLA 345.
Yeah, I just think UCLA is such a better team than Southern Cal. I mean, good
I do
team.
too.
I think
Southern Cal just doesn't have the offense, man.
No, and UCLA again, 21, 22 wins in a row. They have a great home streak going on. Crowd was electric last night, jam-packed. I think that's I liked it last night. You get Clemson minus 188, match those two teams up. I think Clemson, I know they haven't been playing the Clemson baseball like in previous years, but they're so much better than Stanford. I think they'll beat Stanford again. So I might go right back to the well and match those two teams up again as a play.
I'll give you a game here that I might dabble. And I got to see the pitching matchups before I commit to this. But LSU, Derek Curriel hits that grand slam late. Tennessee, LSU, talk about two teams that you just can't get a read on. The only reason I like it is because Tennessee is plus money. I don't think LSU is that great. Now, again, they're not laying a ton. It's minus 130. But this could go either way. Risk one to win one on Tennessee at home. In theory, like they've got to find a win, you would think. LSU is a team that's willing to give you a win. I got to see the pitching matchup, but this is a game where I don't trust LSU, especially on the road, to win consecutive games. Now, they did obviously win a series last weekend, so they're playing a little better baseball, sure. Maybe I throw a little half unit on Tennessee here and hope that the offense shows up.
Yeah, I was on Tennessee yesterday. Was looking good early.
Had it late. Just blew it.
Yeah.
Curriel,
like you said.
Grand slam.
But, yeah, like you said, these are two weird teams. LSU not playing fantastic. Tennessee's a little slow right now, too. But, yeah, look at the numbers here. I'm probably going back to the well in this one, too, and taking a chance with Tennessee.
All right, we'll get the last game up here. I was surprised to see Arizona. They were getting shut out, and then they hang the Arizona State makes a bullpen change, and then they put up a 7 spot, the Wildcats. Do you see that being replicated today? I know this is a rivalry game. These teams deeply hate each other, but we haven't seen Arizona put up 7 runs in an entire series at one point in the year. They did 7 in 1 inning last night. Is that something that their offense has figured something out, or it's just an anomaly and Arizona State can bounce back? The reason I say it is Arizona State's minus 425. They're going to lay 2.5 probably on the run line. Can Arizona State wake up and just beat the brakes off of Arizona like they've done with multiple teams this year offensively?
Yeah,
Our site says so.
Yeah, I would go back to Arizona State. I mean, I've taken Arizona a lot. It's just a team that has not just clicked. I was really surprised when I woke up and looked up that score to see what that score was last night. But I think Arizona is a better matchup. Just really quick, Q. Keep an eye. I'm going back to the Big 12 on the last two thoughts here with me. BYU Baylor.
Yes.
You know,
I like Baylor there a lot.
Okay, I'm looking at the runs again. 14 the last game, 17 the previous game. So keep an eye on that. Then you go Cincinnati, Oklahoma State. You had Taylor on the mound. That's an automatic play for me. I did not touch it yesterday. Very high scoring game in that. Oklahoma State right now, I have down minus 130, but I'm looking for the totals again when they come out. If that was that high scoring with Taylor on the mound, this game could get really crazy too. In the Big 12, it seems like all the Big 12 teams can score. West Virginia, there's a lot more pitching there. Some of those scores are a little bit lower there, but the other ones.
Yeah, but they can swing too. They can hang 14 in a blink of an eye.
But I think very high scoring. So keep an eye on the Big 12 games today. Looking at the total, if it's not a crazy number, I'd probably be taking a chance with some overs today.
All right, Octagon, I'm not touching VT at any amount. They could be favored. They could be dogs. They just, outside of Renfro, and even Renfro hasn't looked the same week to week. It's not even worth laying the juice, even if you luck into hitting one at 350. I'll just either not play it or, just whatever. Give the books their money. So I'm not going to touch it. But any other final thoughts before you wrap up?
No, I think it's going to be an exciting day of baseball. We do get some games tomorrow on the Easter holiday here, but no, I think there's some really good spots. We'll get our plays out again. I'll try to maybe do a free play. I lost last night with my free play, but check all our great shows out here and great info, and let's cash. I mean, let's win some money today, and you can still have time to get that Easter basket ready to go with some winners today.
All right, enjoy your holiday. If you're going on spring break starting Monday, enjoy that with the kids. Do something fun. Get them out. We got good weather. Get them out swinging the sticks. We might be talking about your kid in a couple years here on First Pitch Live, and we'll be the first to say it. We want the credit when we say your kid's going to be big time. So enjoy the weekend, Smitty. I'll talk to you for us at First Pitch Live. Enjoy it, and we'll be back next week.